All right, good evening, everybody. This is the Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission. And it is August 6, 2025, 6:30 p.m. To all persons deemed interested or affected by the town of Barnstable's Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission ordinance under Chapter 112, Article 3 of the Code of the Town of Barnstable, you are hereby notified that a meeting is being held at Town Hall, 367 Main Street, Hyannis, Mass. Selectmen's Conference Room, 2nd floor, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, August 6, 2025. All public hearings and other matters anticipated by the chair listed below may be acted upon. The meeting will be televised live via Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It may also be accessed via the Government Access Channel live stream on the Town of Barnstable's website, http://streaming85.townofbarnstable.us/cablecast public site /watch/1 ? If I could please ask everybody to silence or put on vibrate whatever their cell phones, just so they don't interrupt. All right, I'm going to call this meeting to order. So Commissioner Perry Wentworth did let us know that she was not going to be able to make it tonight. Commissioner Conrad Watson.
Here.
Commissioner Kevin Matthews.
Here.
Commissioner Jennifer Hinckley Needham is not going to be here tonight. We'll be taking that up in a moment. Commissioner Matt Clark.
Here.
Commissioner Laura Cronin, we believe is going to be here, but possibly late. Commissioner Tom Doherty. Here. Commissioner Jack Kay.
Here.
Renee Carly.
Here.
And I, Cheryl Powell, am also here. I can confirm that we do have a quorum. So, also I want to welcome our very valuable Town Council liaison, Charles Bloom. Thank you again for all of your support and help.
Sir Charles.
Sir Charles. Okay. So, trainings, reminding everyone, conflict of interest, please make sure that you've done that. Nothing on the awards tonight. There is correspondence. I'm going to ask every commissioner here to remind me that we do have correspondence tonight on both the Poor Decisions Wine Bar and correspondence regarding the minor modifications on 473 Partners Restaurant. Must read those out and into the record. But we'll do that if nobody objects when those items come up. There is a matter I wanted to take. It's actually one of the matters under matters not reasonably anticipated. Sadly, the Commissioner Jennifer Hinckley Needham had, because of her work obligations and everything else, has decided to resign. I want to express the gratitude of, I hope, everybody on this commission for all of her hard work and her dedication, not only to us and to the town, but to all the patients she serves at the hospital and helping the community to stay healthy. She will be missed, and just wanted to extend thanks to her. The other thing is, since we seem to have a full position opening, I would like to make a motion that we put forward Kevin Matthews to become a full Matthews. I believe you're the first one in line, correct, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay. Any objections to that motion before I ask it to be seconded?
Do I have any objection? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. No, not at all, sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were asking everybody else. I'm sorry.
I second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Tomori. We can just go to all in favor, say aye on this. I say aye.
Aye.
Gotta think about
You gotta be worried when you hesitated there.
I didn't hear, I couldn't hear you, and I thought you asked anybody if they had objections. I'm like, I'll just.
Okay, fair point.
You
We're gonna
couldn't
actually go,
I know.
we're
Your
gonna,
volume?
Well, then if you could hear me, say, I'm sorry.
we're gonna actually make it a roll call vote.
Okay.
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Matthews?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Kay?
Aye.
I also say aye. Okay, now it's official. So we will put together a request that be considered for that position. Who's next? Conrad, is it you or Perry?
I'm not sure.
I think it's gone.
I think it's Conrad.
I think it's
I think
Conrad.
by a week or two, I believe.
I think it's only by a week or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just as it's listed on the agenda, the alternate members, that's right there, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so, I do have another thing under matters not reasonably anticipated, we'll get to that when we get to it. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So, new business, Jane Walsh, DBA Redfish Bluefish, 374 Main Street, Hyannis, map 327, parcel 002, with regard to signage. If you would like somebody here for that,
That's me.
would you mind coming up?
Coolest
I
business
remember
names on
when
the
you
street.
came here with regard to the sign before. I thought it went well, I mean,
Oh, well, I was referring to another time I was here about my sign, when,
okay,
long time ago. Anyway, I'll sign in. Yes, it did go well. I suppose. We've all been here a long time.
okay, tell us about your project.
So.
And if you could state your name.
Oh, I'm Jane Walsh. I opened that store, Redfish Bluefish, in 1993, been there 32 years. And so I decided to change my logo because a lot of people thought it was a fish purveyor and or a restaurant. And so I worked with logo designer and came up with what you all see there. So I don't have a sign hanging in the picture because it fell down. And it got damaged, and then rather than redo that one, I knew I was gonna be getting a new one, so I just kind of left it. So there's nothing there now. And then the hardship sign is the one that you see there. So that'll stay the same shape. Thank you.
Yeah.
That'll stay the same shape. The new sign that I have going up above the store will be round as opposed to rectangle. It will be double-sided. So there's two signs. So yeah, that's the one for on the sidewalk, and that round one.
Okay. And would you like to elaborate on the materials?
So the materials are gonna be the same thing that they were before. It's like a, it's not wood, it's like a plastic, I'm not even sure what it's made out of. It's some kind of a plastic material, I would say, acrylic of some sort. Yeah.
Commissioners, any clarification you'd like to ask for from the applicant?
No, I think it looks good. The staff said that, vinyl, it's vinyl lettering, right?
It'll be like one big sticker. Yeah, so that's kind of what I had before. It's just, it covers the whole thing. It's not those ones that peel off that you see sometimes, it's one big,
Like a wrap.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But the materials are wood, like you said.
The material that it sits on, I'm not sure exactly what it's made out of. It's not wood, it's a hard, thick it's about a half an inch thick. It's a plastic type. It's the same thing I had before. But I haven't had anybody build it yet, so I could certainly do whatever. But I just.
It's the same materials as the one that was already approved. That was the impression I was under. Okay, any other questions? I will open it up to public comment. Is there anyone here from the public to speak on this? Yep, I'll leave the public comment open until we go to motions. How do people feel about it?
it looks good. Nice colorful pop on these.
Thank you. The print's a little darker than it will be, but yeah, thanks.
You have the redfish, bluefish, and then right underneath the small letters, this is not a fish store.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's no scrod in this building.
Would you mind passing me one of each of these? All right, got one in here somewhere. Thank you so much. Okay, no other things on the list? There's no correspondence with regard to this one. I will close public comment. Would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on findings, please?
I will. I move that the commission find the application to be compatible with preservation and protection of the district at where is it?
374.
374 Main Street, Hyannis.
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Matthews. All right, so let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Carley. I also say aye. Would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness, please, with regard to this property?
Should I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 374 Main Street, Hyannis, as described in the submitted materials?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kay. All right, so Commissioner Carley.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Excuse me, Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
I say aye. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you,
Sharon.
everyone, I appreciate your time.
Sure, thank
I
you.
actually like the old sign as much as I like this one.
I know, I do too, I was torn and conflicted, but
I think
It's
this
a
new
nice
one is-
sign.
it's,
Especially that A-frame has more information on it, local artists.
Yes.
It's really good.
yes,
Really good.
thank you all.
Have a great day.
All right, so we have correspondence with regard to our next one. The next one will be 388 Main Street, Hyannis, map 327, parcel 262, again with regard to signage, and I will read this into the record. This is from Antonia Stevens, dated Monday, July the 21st. Good morning. As a neighboring business, I took a look at the awnings and sign for the new wine bar, and I have 0 objections. Looking forward to checking it out. Sincerely, Antonia. Okay, so is there someone here for that? Hi, would you like to come up and sign in, please?
Right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Only 2 please, of course, please, right?
Yep.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your project.
So we're putting a wine bar. It's gonna be self-served with the wine dispensers. We're gonna have 48 different wines in there, and a lounge area and dining area. It's for everyone to have a good wine, have a good time, and enjoy. That's the plan.
Okay.
Did you say full service or self-service?
Self-service.
Self-service.
So it's like a wine dispenser. You
Yeah.
come up with the glass, you pick the wine you like, how much wine you like, it's yeah.
Yeah, I've been to those in Tampa, they're great.
Did we get to choose the price?
I'm sorry now.
Oh, well. So, and I have here that it's going to be wood.
Yes.
And it's going to be both brown and black.
Mhm.
40 by 20. And I think it's a nice sign. Very clever with wine.
I agree, that is a clever name.
And picture. Okay, so, any questions with regard to the presentation, any clarification?
No, we're not in Plymouth,
Oh,
no. We're different, yes.
Those barn lights that you have, that you're gonna put on it,
Yeah,
they tilt, so they're gonna kind of tilt toward the sign, so that way it lights the sign, okay, good.
yeah.
Beautiful.
So I will open it up to public comment. And is there anyone here to comment on this from the public? Nope, keep it open until we go to a motion. So, how do we feel about it?
Not a problem.
I like it. Classy, very classy. Even the open and close sign, wood, and that's good, very
Yeah.
classy.
I agree. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to close public comment. It sounds like no further deliberation from what I can tell. Would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the findings, please?
Sure. I move the commission find the application to be compatible with preservation and protection of the district at 388 Main Street.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Matthews. Commissioner Kay?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark? Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley?
Aye.
I also say aye. Would one of the commissioners like to please make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness?
Sure, I'll finish it off. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 388 Main Street as described in the submitted materials.
I'll second
Seconded
that.
by Commissioner Kay. Commissioner Crowley?
Aye.
Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Kay?
Aye.
I also say aye. Congratulations. Very
Thank you
nice.
so much.
When do you open officially?
It's all right. So we try to open at the end of this month, fingers crossed. Yeah, we're gonna be open like, last week of August.
Awesome, okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I will see you there.
Almost okay.
Yes, you are.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you are.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. It looks very nice. Well
Yeah.
presented.
Thank you.
All righty. Moving right along. APB Realty Trust and Stephen Aiken, trustee, 83 Main Street, Hyannis, map 327, parcel 200, with regard to demolition and new buildings. Is there somebody here for that?
Yes,
No,
this would be Dennis
I
and
can,
Deborah.
I can get another, I'll grab this, sorry. Let me help you with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll do it. And I believe we have met because I believe you were before the Barnstable Historic Commission.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah, we were in here 3 years ago and we did
63 Main, that's our
Yes.
building.
second door down
Give you
building.
some room here.
Yeah.
And in fact, you have pictures of that building in your package, you should have.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized them.
Yeah. And so we did that and when we went in to see the attorneys, this is the Aiken and Aiken attorney site and property. And we looked at the building and it laid out very similar to what that building was. Because we, demoed the size of Aiken's buildings, we maintained the main portion of the building. We doubled the size to the back. We put half of a townhouse, a duplex, if you will, on each side of that main building. So, and in the back, we intend to do 4 duplexes. So we have built duplexes and we have copies of that here too as well.
Commissioner Kay, you were also on the VHC, you probably remember when they came before us.
Yeah, I put the,
That's a good question. It is with regard to, thank you for pointing that out. It's both with regard to a sign and the demolition and no new buildings. Do you want to take those separately, or do you want to take them together? It's up to you entirely, we'll accommodate you.
we can probably do it together if that's all right. I mean,
I'll give you another option before we go to vote, if you want me to bifurcate the two, so with regard to the voting, okay?
okay, that'd be fine.
Okay.
And I think and this is you wanna talk about the sign first or do you?
Whichever, at your pleasure.
Sure. So we've used this sign before. It's a very appropriate sign, nice, classy looking though. We use it over on Ridgewood too. We did 8 units behind the Honeydew Donuts over there about 8 years ago. And we used a similar sign over there, so. It's a nice unit. It's 2-sided. It's made out of PVC. It'd be black with gold lettering on it, so. They should have in their package. So,
It's the same as the existing sign.
well, the existing's a little taller, this would be a shorter sign. I'm gonna use the posts and we'll put new sleeves down over top of the existing post to tidy it up and then put that sign in between at a lower height. Their legal sign is probably 5 feet off the ground for some reason. In fact, there's a second tree down, if you're not looking for it, you can't see it there, so.
Do you mind, I know you're gonna make your presentation, I wanna stop you in the middle of it. I just wanna get this clear in my head as you're talking to us. So I'm looking at page 4 on that, on this application. Can you go to page 4 on that? The current plan and the what they're moving to?
I'll try to, for some reason, these PDFs aren't loading,
Okay.
showing the actual.
Well, if they don't, we have it, I'm looking at page 4, commissioners, on the
It might take a minute if it's a plan.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the one on the left, which I'm assuming is the current one, which is the main house and that long building there on its left, which I assume that's the garage and the screen porch that you're talking about, you wanna take down?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and on the right-hand side, which is what you're planning, you have the main building, then you have that second building you wanna put behind the main building, and then the 2 units you wanna put behind that, is that correct? Is that what I'm understanding?
No, let me go over that one more time, is that as you look at it from the street right now,
Yeah.
you've got the main house.
Mhm.
To the right, you have a screen porch with your chimney that goes full height.
Right,
That screen porch, that chimney will be removed. Now, a townhouse, which is half of the duplex, will fit on the right-hand side. Go to your left-hand side where the garage and that breezeway has been in the past. We're gonna demo that, and on that side, we'll put a half of that duplex,
Gotcha,
another
okay.
townhouse again, okay?
Yep.
So that balances
So it's a
the body
balance
of the unit then.
gotcha,
So, and then in the rear, we'll put 4 duplexes and
Right to the back.
to the back, and we've done those duplexes around, and we've done 3 projects with Jake Dewey, in the area. High School Road, Pearl Street, we just finished 50 Yarmouth Road. And we have pictures in there with regard to those 2 as well.
so there's a piece, there's a small parcel, if you will, behind the main house on that second, picture, is that another structure?
Which, we don't have anything up on that list.
Let me show you what I mean, I apologize. I just wanna make sure I'm looking at it correctly.
Sure.
Let's see, page 4. Because I was having a hard time kind of putting it in my head and what it was supposed to look like.
Okay.
Yeah, see how the main house is here, and then you have this, looks like it's a structure back there, is that gonna be another one?
It's part of the main building.
Oh, it is already?
We did the same thing as 63. We took the main body and we literally doubled the
Doubled.
size to only going to the back.
Okay,
Okay, so in other words, this now, instead of being a 32 by 44.
Right.
It becomes 64
so you're
by.
expanding that structure?
It
Yeah.
doubles up.
But
So-
it doubles and looks exactly just like we did at 63. We literally duplicate, we keep the integrity of the building.
Gotcha,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's.
Just trying to understand.
The front of this property will change very little aside from the fact that you're gonna have a townhouse look on each side of the main building.
The
Other
existing
than that, we're
house
gonna-
is gonna
yes.
stay the same.
Yes, will stay the same. Your setbacks, not the front lawn, everything will stay exactly the same. So, and of course, we like that because we feel like that's a character of Hyannis. So, and so even even the buildings, the duplexes in the back, we feel like those duplexes fall into that character of Hyannis too as well. It makes it more like a little New England village, if you will. So that's the atmosphere, that's what we're trying to develop with that. And, we designed over there for Jake Dewey, we designed those properties too as well, made those out in a similar fashion, so.
And I see what you mean there with page 5, that your half duplexes there, it's gonna have the same character.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and of course you have pictures of those duplexes in there. And the most recent is Jake's property here, which gives you a pretty good sense of, what those will look like.
They actually look much better than those pictures.
Yeah,
They really look great.
yeah, they're nice looking units.
Thank you.
So, and then what I did is also, since we're talking about the buildings themselves too as well, the color, because I'd spoken to Corey the other day when I was in here, he talked about colors and so forth. The deck material that we use, that bunch of colors, this is your exterior trim, here's your roofing, it's on there. We'll use basically the same colors that's on 63. We'll use that on these buildings back through there. And literally, and if you need, I've got specs, we use Anderson 400 windows. The main building we have to because it's high impact glass. It's a commercial permit for the main building. And then the back buildings will be just residential permits. So we use regular glass for that. All the windows will have bars or grills through in the windows, so look very colonial in character. And the doors themselves are 6-panel, and there'll be steel doors. the top two panels will have lights in them though, glass, if you will. The entry itself, it allows us to get a little daylight into that opening of that space behind there in the corridors, if you will. So that's the reason why I put the lights at the top of the doors like that.
Thanks for being here.
Sure. Let's see what else I have my dog Tony. I do have a bigger site plan. We went through a site plan review yesterday for our first meeting. And so we are developing all that right now. Letting for all the different departments respond to us. We wait for a letter and then we respond to that letter and try to completely fulfill those. So we've done this a few times before here in the village. So, the village. We like owning property. We will own this and have this ourselves. We like this property, and of course we like 63 too as well. So.
Is there a landscaping plan for this?
The landscaping, really, typically what we do is that the landscape in the front is existing there now. It's all fuller and overgrown. I think it's a lot of hydrangeas there in the front.
Yeah, it's even blocking the signage, you can barely see it right now.
So what we typically do in front of the units themselves and the front of that building, we'll put 2-gallon plants, low growth, small, that doesn't grow too high or too large, if you will.
To cover them.
And then maintain that, because that's easier for maintenance, and of course it looks nice too. It doesn't give you that overgrown look. It's been there and we do virtually the same thing in front of our duplexes, and our pictures reflect that of those other projects. They're small, just 2-gallon, but nice leafy green, but small plants, so we can maintain the integrity and give it some color into the front. So,
God bless you.
Is there lighting in the parking area or?
the lighting of the parking area we control on the buildings themselves. Each one of the units of the duplexes have a light beside each door itself. And then the sides of the buildings that look out over the parking area, we'll put a small flood that flashes out, washes down on the parking area at night. And those stay on continuously. And then the front of the large building, we would do virtually the same thing. There's a light in the ceiling of the front entry porch, and that stays on full time. And then, of course, your side units will have a light on each side of that door too as well. That gives you enough light, not too much to be intimidating or wash into the other properties, the abutting properties, but maintains enough light for the property.
I was just gonna say that your floods will point down, just at the parking lot.
Just in the back though,
Yeah.
and for the parking area.
Just for safety.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's common area lighting, that's the same as in the main building. Those lights stay on full time, 24 hours a day, so, okay?
And the color of the shutters, what?
The shutters are black. I'm sorry, I should have gotten you a black shutter, yes.
You didn't bring the black, that's it, get out.
I'm sorry. Here, it's like this,
Well, we
it's
all-
like this phone.
He did bring it.
So there are 4 one-bedroom and then 4 studios?
In the main building, there's 8 one-bedroom units.
One bedroom.
So I think you just have the first floor on that plan.
Okay.
It's literally a duplication upstairs though.
Oh, I
So
got
you
it.
have 4 up, 4 down, okay? And one of those to the back will have to be accessible for handicap. When I went through that meeting yesterday, we discussed that. We had to do it on the last building we built for Jake Dewey over there, and we'll end up doing it over here too as well. So that'd be to the back side.
In the back, there'll be a ramp for that one unit.
One of the staff comments that they had is, you're gonna do new fencing and there's a dumpster, where is that gonna be enclosed or?
Yes, there is, and on your site plan, it's a little tough to see, but as you drive back in, getting to the duplexes, if you drive straight into it, there'll be a fenced area in there, and our trash containers, we like to use the 95-gallon, the roll, it's got on wheels, rather than using the big container because it keeps the vermin and other critters away, much easier to handle. Plus they roll them out and dump them in the truck and put them back in. It's much cleaner.
Behind a fence?
Oh, it'll be all enclosed,
Everything-
just as it is at 63 Main, we have it enclosed.
And I think I can close some pictures of that too, what we did at 63 Main.
Yes, you did.
It's a 6-foot-high fence, cedar. It's a nice fence, gives us that, to close the property in and a little security to it too as well.
Okay, so I see that area, where the garbage is, it's right kind of in the middle of the parking lot between the
Yes.
duplexes. Yep, got it.
You just make that bend there, so.
So I usually let the commissioners do all the questions first. Usually they get mine, the ones I have, I wait till last. And then we'll come back to see if you have any more. Just want to clarify two things. One, the demolition part is just of the garage and the screen porch and chimney, and it's an expansion of the main house. The main house is
That's
no,
correct.
just want to clarify that.
That's correct.
Stays.
Okay, and the, I know I've seen it somewhere in here, and I'm pretty sure that it doesn't have to come before BHC, it's because it's on our jurisdiction, is because of that. Just wanted to make sure we're following, dotting our i's, crossing our t's the right way. Other than that, my fellow commissioners have asked for three of the other questions I had, but any more from the commission?
I think you do beautiful, you do nice work.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, this is the president, I'm just the driver.
I have a quick question for staff. I know they just said yesterday they went through their first site plan review. I'm wondering, I mean, I like the project, it'd be fine to vote on it, but can we vote on it now? Do we have to wait until everything gets approved and then we give our go-ahead? Like, how does that work?
I believe we can.
If you can vote on it and approve the, the materials and overall look, and if there's significant change, then either it could be a minor modification or come back for a full review if there's.
Okay.
If we make any sort of changes, if we have to make something out in the field, it's necessary for you to review.
If you put a disco in the middle or something, you'd probably have to come back. Okay.
It
All right.
wouldn't have come before us if it had to finish with them first.
Just checking to make sure.
I know, that's fine. I'm gonna open it for public comment. Is there somebody here for public comment on that? I'll leave it open until we go to the motion. So, how do we feel about it, commissioners?
I think it's
It looks good.
very nice.
Yep, good work.
All right. Different experience than the other one, huh? All right. Okay, so I'm gonna close public comment. Would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on, and actually I promised I'd go back to this. Do you want to take the sign and the demolition of that together or separately? It's totally up to you.
We can do it together as well.
That works for the committee, that works.
I don't
for
see any
us.
red flags to where, sometimes I would advise to separate it. Okay, so in that case, this is for, one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the findings with regard to the property at 83 Main Street, Hyannis, map 327, parcel 200. This is for both the signage and the demolition and new buildings.
Sure, I will do that. I move that the commission find this application to be compatible with preservation and protection of the district at 83 Main Street, Hyannis, in regards to the demolition, the new buildings, and the sign.
Second.
Got a few bits.
I got
Yeah, I think he beat you to the punch this time. There you go. All right, Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
I'm sorry, let you vote first. Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Clark. Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
I also say aye. Would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness, please?
I'll finish it up. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 83 Main Street in Hyannis, as described in the submitted materials having to do with the demolition, the new buildings, and the sign.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Kay got it that time. Okay.
Lee.
Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
I also say aye. Well done. I think it looks very nice.
Thank you, thank you
I think
very
it'd be a
much.
nice community.
Yeah, I think it'll really make
Instead
it
of the-
nice.
Instead of what we were driving past again.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Noah's Ark, doesn't it?
I agree.
Stop while you're ahead.
I'm just waiting for the front building to go up.
Yeah.
Oy.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you all.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
rest
Have
of
a
your
good evening.
Thank you.
too.
Alrighty, so the next one is 473 Partners Restaurant, DBA Elbow Room Sports Bar, Wicked Village Tiki Bar, 473 Main Street, Hyannis, map 308, parcel 084. This is with regard to whitewashing paint. This was continued from the July 2nd, 2025, and also from the July 16th, 2025 meetings. I'll read the correspondence into the record first before I forget. This is from Will Planenship, I hope I'm not butchering that, is it Check or Schick?
That's right.
Check?
Yeah,
Check. Okay. Thank you, Karen. Yes, I would at this time wish to withdraw my request for a later time. Again, thanks. I enjoyed Laura and Tom on their visit. How does that happen? Sent from my iPhone. This is from, well,
It's a
anyway.
strange comment at the end there.
Read it into the record, and that's that. So, can I ask for, Tom, Laura's not here. Would you like to say how the visit went?
It went fine, you know, he power washed the whitewash, but it really didn't come out as well as we liked it to come out. He changed the roof, which made a dramatic change, you know, in the area. So he did what he was supposed to do. You know, I personally hate that green, but you know, we voted on that.
Yeah.
So he did what he was supposed to do,
Thank you. Okay.
no complaints.
Now, I just want to clarify the, he's all mixed up. Since he's withdrawing it,
Is that the other application he had?
He had a
Yes.
minor
The
modification.
other
oh, this is
side.
minor modification.
Because he
Okay.
also wants to
That's
do
right.
one on the sister
That's right,
building.
because they're joining building, that's right, so that's what this
That's
is
what he's
for.
withdrawing, yeah.
Okay.
That's your official.
So, gotcha. So that has been withdrawn, and I suppose technically we can either just accept it, or probably should make we should vote on that, right?
Yeah,
To-
to accept.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, without prejudice, of course, so so I'll make a motion that we happily accept the motion to withdraw, and also thank him for working with us on these things. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Crowley. Commissioner Kay?
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
I wasn't here last week, that's still okay?
That's right. Anyone, okay, so, and I also say aye. Okay, so that has been withdrawn. So that has been withdrawn too, so basically now we go to the discussion item.
With regard to this property or with regard to a different?
I don't think there's anything more on this property because we withdrew it,
No, you only had, no,
only the withdrawal,
the
right?
decision is already issued.
That's right, that's what I thought, so we're good on that one, that's what I thought. Discussion item on the Hyannis Engine House presentation.
Fun.
I hope you feel that way about it.
If I could ask you to please sign in and then state your name.
Oh, perfect, thank you. My name is Julie Darling. I'm an architect with WSP. We have been engaged by Mass DOT to develop a design for a new engine house to serve Mass Coastal, who currently operates out of this site. You can see in this snip here, that's their existing engine house, and you'll see as I move into the presentation that it's time for a new one.
Well said.
And basically, just to kind of give you the high view of why I wanted to come in and discuss this today, we do have a historic architect on staff, and as part of this project, he recommended, after reading through the historic guidelines, that we come in and give sort of a high-level overview of the project, because it seems like some aspects of the historic guidelines may not necessarily apply to a project of this type, being more of an industrial type facility. So we're just hoping to get input and understanding on what portions of the guidelines may apply or how as we move forward with the design. So just to give you some context, this is of course your map of the historic district. Our site is up here in this corner, and this is the existing engine house right here. This is the existing engine house. I have not been able to get an exact date on this, but it was built at some point in the 80s. The traffic basically to this area, traffic to this engine house has increased over the years, and this basically serves one day As you can tell, the building is not in fantastic shape. And a lot of their equipment, you know, is kind of pigeonholed into this facility. They also don't really have proper staff quarters,
Not
so.
to interrupt, but what is an engine house?
Great question. So this is where they service the trains. So they can actually bring, you know, lift up that overhead door, there's tracks running into the building. They can bring the train into the building, work on the engine, or really any component of the train that needs maintenance. So, they do a lot of things in here that are, I would say, even above my pay grade. So, yeah, they're working hard out there to keep everything running smoothly. This is a street view of the existing engine house. And I'm showing this primarily to give some context relative to the site where we're at. You know, we are in the historic district. This site in red is the existing engine house. This here in blue is the proposed site of the new engine house. And I just wanted to point out that many of the buildings that are outside of the historic district, but within this neighborhood, are industrial type metal sided buildings. So there is like this is a reliable fence facility here. This serves the propane distribution. So every building that you see highlighted in yellow is similar typology wise to what we're proposing. So it's sort of out of place relative to the character of the neighborhood. And these are just some views of the street there. So that's the propane facility. The train tracks are here on your right. And this is a portion of the proposed site. So this building would be, you know, here and off to the right. So I think you all probably know this, but we're within the transportation center for the zoning district. We're within the Main Street Waterfront Historic District, and we're within the growth incentive zone. So all those things are sort of coming into play for, you know, impacting this design. This is the proposed layout as it stands now, and this plan is sort of flipped relative to the key plan down in the bottom right. So this edge here is this edge here.
Okay.
So the roundhouse that they're redeveloping is up here to this corner. The train tracks are obviously here, and Route 28 is kind of out here. So the thought is that we will basically add a second track and realign one of the existing tracks to bring 2 tracks in, whereas right now they only have 1 track. So that'll be kind of the main body of the building, similar to what's out there now. There'll be sets of overhead doors on the front and on the rear. And then they'll also have this office/welfare space. So that'll be the support spaces for the staff, toilet rooms, locker rooms, break spaces, offices, things like that. And they don't really have anything quite like this now. They're kind of working out of trailers, and it's very ad hoc.
So those 2 tracks, they'll come out the back and go right toward the transportation center?
This is the roundhouse property.
Right, okay. So the track stopped there, okay, I got you.
Yes, correct.
Where is the transportation center?
The transportation center is right here.
Right there.
So, yeah, the existing engine house is here. Oh, sorry,
We need to get back to that one.
maybe. No. Hang on.
Well, actually, we have it in the pictures.
You can also advance it this way here.
Oh, can I go back to that
Actually,
too?
go back to full screen.
Here I come to save the day.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, Corey.
So just so I can see it conceptually. So they'll come in, they'll bring the 2 trains into the doors, then they'll back them out and bring them down to the transportation center when they're ready, or whatever the case is.
Correct, and it might
Gotcha,
not
okay.
always be 2 trains, like it might be a
Yep.
portion of a train here and a portion of a train here and a train here, like it'll kind of depend on what they're doing in the space. So
Got it.
any mixture of that depending on what's going on any given day.
Got it.
So this is a similar building that was recently built in North Kingston, Rhode Island. This is the Seaview property. I'm showing this primarily because this is what Mass DOT asked us to use as kind of a precedent for our design. So we are planning on having some type of solid base at the bottom. They have concrete here, it may also be precast, and then metal siding. Right now, we're looking at insulated metal panels, and then either a metal or a PVC roof system. We'll have likely aluminum windows to the extent that we need windows. Typically, there is a band of high windows along either side of these facilities just to allow the workers some natural daylight. And then, of course, there will likely be windows in the office spaces and things like that, break room.
What are the dimensions of the length and the width of this building?
So this building here is a little bit
The one that
smaller,
you're
so,
proposing, the one we're proposing here, that's gonna look like this.
yeah, so it's 210 feet long and 80 feet wide. And then the office space comes off of that and is 20 feet wide by 100 feet long.
And the roof line is gonna be flat.
The roof line will likely be a very shallow gable. Similar to what you see here.
Put some sort of gable on it in order for the snow when it's melting to go off.
Correct.
Well, for me, knowing it's an industrial area, yeah, but you look at the transportation center, which is done, I think, beautifully. And to me, it's gonna be a big metal box,
Yeah.
And you have other areas down there, I think you're near Puffer Bellies, the old Puffer Bellies, where they're turning the brick
Yeah.
building into a car,
Yeah,
storage
and
for,
historic cars,
antique
yeah.
cars. Is there any way you could, make this more historic looking brick or, instead of this, 200 by 80 feet, that's a big metal box.
Yeah, and I can respect that viewpoint. It's just that durability and maximizing the footprint are kind of the two critical things for a space like this. So for example, the insulated metal panel is it's only 3 inches thick, so a masonry stud wall might be thicker than that. So, as far as brick goes, to build this out of brick, it would be enormous. Are you thinking more like some relief in the facade, so it's not quite so?
But is it durable? Because the one that was built in 1983 looks horrendous, so does this look that bad in 40 years?
It's a good
We are
question.
planning on a 50-year design life for this building.
That's like temporary, but why wouldn't you do something that is gonna last 100 years?
We can discuss that with them. That's
200 feet by what?
210
Or
by
200?
80.
By 80. And the current one is what?
That's a good question. The current one is 60 by 140. He knows.
Did you just have those in your head there?
I'm the guy that went and measured them.
We'll be asking for your report.
Where is the nearest engine room to this in the system?
How do you, where's the next one down the
Yeah, would it
line?
be North Kingston?
Do you know? the
Yes,
answer?
there is a facility at Rochester, Massachusetts that's much larger. It's approximately 100 feet across by 400 feet long. The problem is Keolis and MBTA are union, Mass Coastal is not. So the only way Mass Coastal could get its equipment fixed there would have to be under contract to the MBTA, which for most short lines would be cost prohibitive.
Yeah, and I guess that's leading to my next question, which is, we only have 50 commuter trains that are coming here each year, thanks to the Cape Flyer. We really have no dedicated commuter rail. And are we absorbing this for the greater good?
This building has nothing to do with the MBTA. So MassDOT Rail owns all of the property, rail property that the MBTA does not traverse. This line down here to the Cape is a line that's owned by MassDOT Rail. The Cape Flyer actually is a CCRTA sponsored train and only runs seasonally in the summertime.
I guess my other question is, if we do have to have this here, regardless of who owns what or union contracts or anything like that, we're completely rehabilitating a platform, we're adding this. Is there any talk that you're aware of that we're ever gonna get commuter rail down here?
That's on my question list.
I don't think I'm
I know,
the person to answer that, yeah.
Mike,
I mean,
can I
you
ask
bet
the
for
gentleman, can you identify?
Sure, my name is Brian Maroney, M-O-R-O-N-E-Y. I work for WSP.
Thank you, because you seem to know quite a lot about it, so I was just curious.
I'm the guy that designed and built Hyannis Yard
Okay,
as it stands today.
okay, thank you.
So, and I also have another question, and I don't mean to, I'm not being confrontational, I'm just asking a real question. How much of what we're doing here is more of a presentation of, here's what we're gonna do, and how much of it is, what do you guys think about what we're gonna do? Like when he mentioned maybe brick, or when Commissioner Clark says, hey, can we build, for a longer term or whatever, how much of that is really going to be something that will be looked at? Or will MassDOT, whoever owns it, say, yeah, that's nice, but we're gonna do it this way? I'm just asking, just so I know in my head.
No, I wouldn't be here if I weren't looking for input and I weren't, I think the general attitude, at least from my perspective, is we're trying to be good neighbors and trying to make sure that people are comfortable with what we're doing at this site, because it is a big building. It's not an insignificant building. But it also needs to be practical for what is happening in the building. They're repairing engines on trains. It's not, which is why we wanted to understand kind of how the guidelines might inform this project.
Gotcha.
Expanding on Commissioner Crowley's question, because it was definitely something I was gonna wait till later to ask it. But if we are having such a huge structure in our historic community, I mean, are we just going to be the place where they send the trains down, from Plymouth or Boston or somewhere in order to just use us as a place to be repaired? Or is there a chance that we're, are they thinking about hopefully giving us some sort of commuter rail or some sort of, because we have a lot of residents who work in Boston and they're either taking Plymouth and Brockton up, or they're taking taxis up, or they have drivers that take them up, or they have to drive up themselves.
So Mass Coastal Railroad owns two railroads. It owns Mass Coastal and it owns the Cape Cod Central.
Okay.
This is the only location that Mass Coastal has to repair and maintain its equipment, including the dinner and scenic trains that run all the time down here and are booming.
But are we just a repair station, or is there a chance of
They need
expanding?
repairs.
I understand that, yeah.
So they don't have any other place. There is no other place to do. This is their center of operations here at Hyannis. And there are federal regulations which drive the building of this building, because they have 92-day inspections which must be done on the locomotives. There's this mechanical equipment has all sorts of federal requirements for
I
inspection.
understand,
So they need someplace to do it. And the old engine house is
I understand.
just not cut.
I'm just wondering if we're just the repair station, or is it a chance of getting some actual commuter rail?
And again, that's the part you gotta understand here. It's Mass Coastal does not own the real estate. The real estate is owned by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Mass Coastal and Cape Cod Central are contractors under license to MassDOT Rail. They are completely separate from the question of the MBTA and commuter rail. So as you have seen, the Cape Flyer has proven very successful.
That's only a certain number of times a year, though.
Correct.
Okay, so I think Commissioner Doherty, you made a valid question. Is there any way to make it less, I don't want to say obstructive, but less obvious? I mean, without changing the size, maybe Tony somehow to make it fit in more with the character. Is there some way to address that.
I was just looking at some pictures because I agree with Tom that that's kind of industrial blah. And unfortunately, looking through just Google and just checking some images, there's a lot of beautiful brick, engine houses. But obviously that's gonna cost a lot more than just putting up this industrial metal thing.
Yeah.
So I agree. Is there any way we can spiff it? Is there anything we can do to give it a little character? I don't know what that is. I mean, that's your thing, but just something that gives it more than just, here's a metal box.
Yeah.
Wood.
Wood or some brick around the edge of something to give it a little bit more.
Well, the thing
To
is,
it.
You
the
think
brick
there were
is,
gonna be windows in that, along the other sides,
there's an
Yes,
office
there's-
around one side.
So you can see it here, this is their office space here, and of course there'll be windows into there, and then high up along either side, those sort of long ends, typically there's like a transom light to allow natural daylight in for the workers. Sometimes those are clear, sometimes they're translucent. People also do skylights a lot, but skylights tend to not last as long. So we're looking at the transom option for this building.
The thing is, the brick, I would have thought, when you think about, this isn't a warehouse, the brick with these are trains that are going in there on tracks. And there's a lot of, I used to take trains to London all the time for work. And, there's a lot of jarring, a lot of jostling, a lot of vibration. I would have thought the brick, I don't know, but I wonder if that might be a
they've had
problem.
brick,
Pardon?
they've had brick storage houses for.
Have they?
Yeah, I'm looking at tons of brick.
Years and years.
Okay, right, fair enough. So I'm
So
just thinking,
expensive brick.
Yeah, it is.
So expensive.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Is there any kind of stone other than brick?
Any other-
I'm just asking, I don't know.
You
That's
know
a good
what?
question.
And
We're
CMU
building
is-
million square foot warehouses in California as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And they're 40 feet tall, they're cast concrete tilt-ups. And all they can do is pattern the surface of the concrete. And they're 1,000,000 square feet. And you can't do anything with something that big. It's just, it's unbelievable to see it, but what they can do is they can pattern the concrete in the form, and when they tilt it up, the pattern's the pattern.
If it's built out of something more permanent like that, in 100 years, someone like this kid who's making the car place can use it. But if it's just, iron like that, it just gets torn down eventually,
Or
right?
even panel it
This is
on the
economic,
outside,
efficient.
panel with
It's
some
not-
other material.
Well, we're looking for something in the historic district,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, I'm saying
And-
if it-
I don't think that fits into the historic district, it's just, a metal building.
If they panel the outside with something else, some of
That's
the,
not, I don't know,
Yeah.
what it is, I'm just saying, that's not what I want.
Oh, you're going, I understand there's a lot of buildings like that around that area, because it's kind of an industrial area with the streets and what's there. However, you're getting this brand new antique car house that's being dressed up to the nines. And the transportation center looks fantastic, and you're putting a metal building in the middle of it. It just doesn't seem to fit, it sticks out. So I understand that there are limits and it's gonna be kind of what they want it to be, and that's what I think, but I know you're coming here in good faith to get some ideas.
Yep.
I don't know, I'm not an expert at what to do, but I agree with Tom, with Matt, with Jack about, is there a way we can pretty it up a little bit? Can we historic it up a
maybe,
little bit?
yeah.
I don't know how, that's not
Yeah.
my thing, but
Yeah.
that's just the only request I would have.
Okay.
and that's my request as well, something that makes it not stand out so much like a sore thumb.
Paint a mural on it.
Oh, don't start!
I was gonna say covered in old brick.
Jack, there's a spot in the corner for you.
Well, all we're asking for is this exterior of this building. Having been involved in some of this, the stuff that's going on inside the building is a lot more difficult to deal with.
That's true,
Yeah.
but we have no purview over
The
what goes on inside.
EPA are a real pain. on all of the material that they use is caustic and acid fuel. And you're not gonna do pits in this building, are you?
There is a pit in this building.
There is a pit? I see.
Are we talking about the same kind of pit?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
What type of pit is there going to be in the building?
It's gonna be 85 by, what's the width?
10.
That makes sense, because they have to get under the train.
You can't jack a train up.
Yeah, I think you gotta work on the
under
train.
it.
Just like when you go to Jiffy Lube and they're down there doing your
Yeah,
own
yeah.
stuff.
That actually very similar to.
Having done what is.
I just assumed there'd be a pit, because there's no point if you can't get under the train, so.
Correct. And they do have a pit now, but it's very tiny.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Any other comments?
Is this visible from like any of the main streets, like Yarmouth Road or 28 or anything?
It'll probably be visible from 28. I don't think it's visible from Main Street.
No.
I think it's too far back,
It's too far back.
and there's too many other
Yeah.
things in the way. Like, can you see the roundhouse from the, when I say the roundhouse, I mean the one they're doing the car,
No.
yeah.
No, you can't see that from Main Street.
Is there room to put trees
Maybe
along
light.
the outside of it to?
Maybe we could bury it with landscape.
Honestly, we haven't even gotten that far with landscape yet. We can take
Trees
that
are
into
around it.
consideration.
I think the murals are a great idea.
Yeah,
Can I make a suggestion? I think there's been a lot of really great comments tonight. And before we make any decisions, I want to ask if you have any questions from us. But my personal inclination is to invite this wonderful individual to come back to us after going back to, you know, who you represent and saying, these are some of the comments that were made. And then we'd love to have you back again. You know, we certainly always try to help, we always try to make things work, but we also have our purview on what we're trying to protect. And, you know, I think there's been some pretty good comments and some suggestions made.
Some
But I don't-
things I can help with, and some things like the commuter rail, I can't help with.
I
so.
don't think just trees, I think there should be landscaping, but I don't think just that would do it, because during the winter months, it's not blocking anything anyway. So, but there, you know, maybe something to put on the outside, some sort of touch to tone it down, because it is huge.
Yeah.
And we understand it has to be huge to deal with the trains
Okay,
and have a pit,
right.
but the,
And I also, honestly, and I don't, again, I'm not being confrontational, being honest. I know there's a point where it's gonna be like, that's nice, but we can't do it. That's in the back of my mind. But like I said, you're coming in good faith and asking for some ideas. I think we've given you a bunch of things to think about. And maybe there's a way to do it and give it some love and a little touch and just make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I think, at least me, I understand it's gonna get done.
And so do you think the next step, you know, like you said, we'll go back, we'll share the comments, we'll, as the designer, we'll make some suggestions about things that we can do to the client. Do you think that the step after that is another sort of I don't wanna say informal, that's probably the wrong word, but conceptual type
tonight.
discussion about the design before we actually do a certificate of application?
Oh,
Does that sound?
We would need something,
Alright,
we would need something definite in order to issue a certificate.
okay.
What are the next dates? It's, next two are the 20th of August and September the 3rd. Would the 20th be too soon for you, or would you like September? What do you need?
I'm gone that week, so that will
Okay.
work for me.
How about September 3rd?
September 3rd, I could make work.
Can we put this on for another discussion, updated discussion?
Your presentation is great, by the way.
It
Thank
is,
you very
it
much.
is.
I think we learned a lot and we saw a lot, so thank you for what you did.
Thank you.
You've done a good
Appreciate
job
the
on
feedback.
providing.
Sincerely, I do.
I know in some of the big airline terminals now, they're doing graphics on the terminal buildings where they store the plane. Some of the graphics are kind of cool.
I mean, I've seen beautiful
They're
graphics.
tin
Yeah.
buildings like that.
Yep.
And they'll do.
I did a lot of schools and we did a lot of graphics in the schools that were beautiful. So I think graphics can be really amazing. I'm not sure if that's something, I couldn't tell from your comment whether you were seriously entertaining that or whether something had happened that you were like, hell no. So,
I grew up in Cincinnati, partially in Cincinnati, but anyway, they have a train terminal there called the Union Terminal. It's old, it's historic, it's beautiful. It was one of the main way stops for Lincoln's body when it was traveling across the country. And what they had there to deal with the huge walls was mosaic. And those mosaics are now part of Greater Cincinnati Airport. They moved them over there as an art display where it now stands permanently. It's very trainy, it's mosaics of people working on trains and the history of trains and that kind of thing. But
that's cool.
It's
And
an
appropriate
idea.
for them.
You can look it up, the Union Terminal mosaics.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be under Union Terminal or if it would be under Greater Cincinnati Airport. But that was something that they did because people were saying these walls are just too big.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's some food for thought. Thank you very much. Very nicely presented.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll put you in for September 3rd, Jen.
Yes, sounds good.
Okie dokie. So,
Can I ask one more question before you leave? That color, could that color of the actual structure be changed? Could it be darker?
This
Yes.
can be any color.
any color.
So, okay,
That's not-
so
That's why I
like,
was saying paneling, you can change it.
so that's what there's one thing that I didn't think about, that at least it wouldn't look like a big metal building, it would at least give it a little pop of darker color.
Penn Station.
I'm just looking at something here that has a darker color and like wood-looking doors or something like that, at least that gives it a little bit more character.
That's why I was saying
Yeah.
paneling or even artificial paneling, darkening.
Tom, Jack, we were just talking about, they can make that a darker color or whatever the case is. It doesn't have to be that metal aluminum building look. So if they made that a darker color and somehow, I don't know, pop the doors with something that made it either look like a wood or something, that might give it more character at least.
Well, that's why I was saying the paneling, you can attach paneling to aluminum.
Yeah, these come in many different colors. They also offer custom colors, which come at a cost. And if we do a precast base, which is what I'm personally leaning towards right now, precast you can color precast almost any color. Like it, so this is actually just concrete, which is not what we're planning on doing. So, yeah, this is very gray, just all gray.
But I know you can get panels that attach to that
Yeah.
wood and that kind of thing.
Thank you.
Anyway, okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you. Okay. Alrighty. Can I ask the gentleman, were you here just for the train thing, or I don't wanna ignore you?
No, I'm
Is there something you wanted to say to us other than that? Okay, I thought so, I just didn't wanna ignore him.
I'm the moral support.
Okay,
You did a great job.
great job.
Did a great
Yeah.
job.
Okay,
He's immoral support.
so, so just on matters not reasonably anticipated by the chair, I wanted to bring up something without going into too much detail that came up at another meeting I was at, where there were things being said about how we do things wrong and how we should always have the clerk, which I think in this case would be yourself, oh no, it'd be the clerk who's gonna, go in for votes and clerk, it would be Jack, go for votes. We operate according to our ordinances, the oath that we took to the town decides what is proper for us and what isn't. If there's ever any question about anything that we do, the town has been very helpful. You can always go to the town attorney's office. You can go to Cynthia Level. You can even check with Karen, check with Jim. But we maintain our proper format as per how we have been instructed that we should be doing things. And the other thing I wanted to mention, because part of it's, if things come up and they have over the years, and it's like, oh, well, we didn't really tackle that on trainings or anything. There was a suggestion that the chair go into the hallway to discuss things. We discuss things in here because here we got the cameras, we're on audio, and we are accountable for our behaviors and for what we say. We don't take it out into another room and say, let's decide what we're going to do with this, with certain people. There are means when we do take things out, and that would be something that would be under an executive session. That is sometimes when we take it out of this particular type of format. But there are reasons for that which are legal, and these reasons make that type of executive session appropriate. So if there's ever any question, please go to Cynthia Lovell, please go to Jim, please go to Corey, come to me, because and if I don't know it, I'll send you to them. But just simply so we continue to maintain our ordinances, our oaths, and the things that we are obligated to do, not only for the town, but for each other and to our applicants.
I'm a little confused, was there an actual complaint?
It wasn't this committee, but I just wanted to clarify it, okay? If there's ever any question.
Got ya.
Okay? Personally, I think this committee is great. We service our applicants quite well. We have a few hiccups here and there, but we
You're saying another committee said that this committee is not running properly?
It wasn't this committee. It wasn't said anything about this committee. I just wanted to make sure. No, it's but I just wanted to, I thought maybe I should tackle that. If you have any questions ever about any format or anything we're doing, there are places to go to find out. Okay? And then, of course, we'll adjust accordingly if we're doing something wrong. Okay? Great job tonight, guys.
Minutes.
Oh, minutes, oh yes. Oh, I'm all ready to go. Okay, so the minutes, yes. Everybody read the minutes? Who was not here for the July 16th?
I was not, but I watched it.
Okay. So you can then vote.
Very quiet meeting.
So,
They need an aspirin
is there
after.
a motion for the approval of the July 16th minutes?
Motion to approve.
Is there a
Second.
second by Commissioner Kay? Okay, so, Commissioner Kay?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley?
Aye.
I also say aye, they passed. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, next meeting, August 20th.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Commissioner Crowley, is there a second?
Second.
We are adjourned, Commissioner Kay? Yes, no, to adjourn? You
You could just
seconded?
say all.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're good.